Hey, what's up, everybody? Video 44 coming at you another video. All right, so the score was 138-122. The Lakers dropped another basketball game on the road against the Atlanta Hawks. Man, what can I say, man? We missed a lot of free throws. That's for certain. We were only 56% from the free throw line, which is just horrific. In the last game, we were terrible at the free throw line as well. So that's something players have to do something about. You just got to hit your free throws, man. There's no excuse for shooting that poorly from the free throw line, man. About 36% from the three, over 50% from the field, but it just seemed like the Hawks had an answer for everything we attempted to do. Man, we got down early with the starting lineup that we used. Man, first of all, no ADs out there, so that really was the story. We didn't have AD, and we went with Jackson Hayes, and Jackson had 4 steals, which was really cool. But it wasn't all we needed, man. We had Christian Wood out there who had like 22 minutes. He had like 9 points, 8 rebounds. Probably should have had a little more minutes. Vanderbilt was fantastic from the field, 6 of 6. Really helped us a lot. He's playing great. Braun was 7 of 17 from the field, but he missed about 6 free throws or something like that, 5 or 6 free throws. So we needed him to be better there. Austin Reeves, 28 points. Very aggressive, man, on 19 field goal attempts. So we definitely like him looking for his shot, being aggressive. D'Lo had an awful night, man. He's back down to earth. Back to earth, man. He was looking good for a while, but we're back. We're back to normal. Yeah, man. Rui Hachimura had a pretty good game. I thought he should have had more minutes. Like I told you guys in the halftime video, he was really doing some good things out there. He just didn't get featured enough, in my opinion. And the Hawks had like 6 players in double figures, I believe it was. With Trae Young having a double-double, 26 points and double-digit assists. Jalen Johnson kicked our butt pretty good. DeJounte Murray was a plus. I don't remember, but he had the highest plus-minus of the Hawks. Definitely somebody who raised his trade value even further. Garrison Matthews, not Garrison Matthews, our guy. I'm getting him mixed up with the other guy. Our new guy that we just picked up from the G League hit a couple 3-point shots, man. I was very pleased with him in the limited minutes he got. It was good to see Max Lewis get some playing time as well in garbage moments. I don't really have a lot to say because I didn't really watch this game very much. I was just not interested in this game. I'm going to be honest with you, man. This was the first time in probably the 3 years I've been doing this channel where I legitimately was just telling myself, as bad as I want to keep up with what I do on my channel is as bad as I don't want to watch this basketball game. I just didn't want to see it, man. Like when you already know something's bad from the jump, as soon as I saw the starting lineup, I didn't want to watch the game. And I alluded to how I felt in my little 2-minute video before the game. I told y'all the truth about how I feel right now. I felt like our coach is trolling us, and he's gonna get what comes with that. And when you look at his face at the end of the game, he the one with the mud on his face. Because at the end of the day, if you're gonna do loser stuff, you're gonna lose a game. Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, Jalen Johnson, Onyeka Okongwu, Clint Capella. DeAndre Hunter made his return like everybody else who wants hurt for 1,000,000 years but come back against the Lakers. He did that bull crap tonight. They all whooped our butt, man, and had a good time doing it. Bogey, they all played great against our defense, which was non-existent. And, you have a game where you sit AD in the whole second half of the last game, but play Bron in the second half of the last game when you were down by 30. One would think this organization and coach would play AD tonight and sit Bron, because that's what makes sense for the type of run that we gave them last night, right? Wrong. Not us. Yeah, this was about as little interest as I had in the Laker game in years. I just didn't care for this game. I did not care anything about this game, man. As soon as I saw AD wasn't playing and saw what coach was doing, I'm like, man, this ain't worth my time. And now that the game has buzzard sound is over, I feel like the little time that I did watch that game was too much, to be honest with you. The little that I viewed this was even more than I should have gave. And that's telling, man, because I do this. I love this Laker thing. I have this channel. It's been on for, what, 4 years now, a little more? I follow and cover every game. But Darvin Ham, with that starting lineup, just made me not particularly care. Like, yo, I don't care to watch my team get run over by a bad basketball team. I don't care for this. You know what I mean? And even LeBron James, the great LeBron James, can't make me care to watch this basketball game. And Austin Reeves, like I said, he tried hard. He did good. 28 points, the most points he scored in a while. I was very pleased to see him attempt 19 shots because I've been wanting him to have that type of interest in scoring the ball all season long. So hopefully that continues because we're going to need that from him, especially if D'Lo is going to go back to being the old D'Lo. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's only but so much you can really say about a game you didn't watch. I watched a little bit of it. I watched some of it in the first quarter, second quarter. I watched a little bit. After halftime, I ate. Basically, most of the third quarter, I didn't get to lay eyes on because either I was eating or cleaning dishes. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, man. It just gets to a point where, like, what am I doing wasting my time with this team if they ain't going to give me the product that they're capable of giving me? My coach is going to sit my best players. You got a hot hand down there. He ain't featuring them. You know what I mean? Guys that are playing well, he ain't going to play them just because they're playing well. He's going to sit them and stick to his minutes rotational plan. Who cares that this guy ain't playing as well as that guy who's on the bench? I'm going to give him the minutes that I intended to give him regardless of what's going on. It's like, but you're going to lose doing that. And it's like when you know your coach is going to do something like that, you just don't care to watch his plan, man. Anthony Davis masks a lot of problems for this basketball team, man. We can overcome all of these things that we have wrong with our team when Anthony Davis is out there rebounding, scoring, making plays. But when he sits and you're left with Darvin to figure out what goes on down there, you need the other team to play poorly in order to win. I know it's a hot take. It's a talking point. It's really what's the word? It's like it's in style. It's to say fire Darvin Ham. You know what I mean? It's like it's low hanging fruit to do that because everybody's saying it. But I'm telling you, man, there's really nothing left for me here unless they do that. Because I feel like I'm gonna feel like this every night, especially if AD ain't playing. If he ain't playing, bro, I don't think it's worth watching what Darvin's going to put out there. I don't think it's worth watching. It's not worth your time, Laker fans. It ain't. Because at the end of the day, as I said, for example, Rui Hachimura should have been featured tonight. You know, the way that he was shooting the ball in the first quarter, the way that he was darting to the rim, dunking on people and stuff like that. This is the night you're like, okay, let's adjust what we're doing to make sure that Rui's getting a lot of shots because he's got it going. He's got pep in his step. Vanderbilt had fresh legs because he missed the entire game yesterday. It's a back-to-back, and he got himself thrown out of the first one. So in this game, you're going to play him probably about 35 minutes because he's fresher than everybody else. And he's got it going 6 for 6. So it's like, yo, this is a night you really, really lean in on Vanderbilt and Rui Hachimura because they got it going. D'Lo don't have it going. Okay, let me go to my bench. Let me see if Skylar Mays got something to him tonight. Let me see if I can run Jalen Hood-Schifino in some minutes to kind of get him into it since D'Lo don't have it going, you know. Taurean Prince is having an average night. He's not really rebounding the ball. Okay, let me see if Max Christie can get in here and do some things. Max Christie's 2 for 2, right? Let's get him some more shots up. Let's see if he can do. Darvin ain't doing none of that, man. None of it. You know, you starting Jackson Hayes. I was impressed with Jackson Hayes last night. But to start him when you've had him in your doghouse for the last month, he couldn't even get off the bench. And the guy we just picked up in the G League, of whose name I can't remember. Do you know why I can't remember his name? Because we picked him up 3 weeks ago and I ain't seen him till tonight. Literally. Dylan Winsler. Or Windler. I don't even know the man's name. And the sad thing is I said it when we picked him up. This is somebody who's on fire right now. He picked up 35 rebounds in a game. He needs to be on the floor to stay in that rhythm. He does not need to be coming into Darvin's lineup and not get off the bench. He needs to be somewhere on the floor playing, because that's the vibes he got going on. That's how good he's been balling. And wouldn't you know, Darvin Ham sit him for 3 weeks? And when he comes into the game, he hits 2 straight threes. How much production did we not even give ourselves an opportunity from this guy? Because Darvin can't find a way to put him in rotation. You don't even know. What can Max Lewis do? I don't know. So I never see him. And I'm supposed to look at Darvin Ham and say, you got this under control, Darvin. When he's doing stuff like he did tonight with the starting lineup? Nah. The production that those young guys and Windler can give us, Winsler, whatever his name is, can give us is unknown. Because Darvin is going to continue to do things that he wants to do. Things that don't lean into success. Things that literally, in some cases, don't make any sense. Taurean Prince is on a bad stretch over the last 3 games. You think he would adjust to those minutes? What does Taurean have to do to get in your doghouse? Because it's obvious Winsler can get in there without even being somebody you know. Jackson Hayes can get in your doghouse, stay there for 3 weeks. Christian Wood could stay in your doghouse for 4 games. But Taurean Prince come out and give us 4 rebounds in 2 nights. I don't think he rebounded more than 2 rebounds tonight. He's a starting small forward at 6'8" and ain't giving me no more than 2 damn boards. Team getting out rebounded left and right. This is what I'm saying. This is why I'm on board with removing the coach from his duties tonight, because I don't care that maybe my next in-line coach may not be that great at head coaching either. It's just got to instill some energy in this team, some life into this team to make people want to watch it again. Because as long as this guy's coaching the team, these are the things that we're going to see, and it's not worth seeing, man. That's what it really comes down to. Maybe you just let Phil Handy take over. I don't think Phil Handy's the head coach. I'd like Phil Handy to stay in his role. But he can't do a worse job than Darvin doing. He cannot possibly do a worse job than what Darvin's doing. That's where I'm at with that. Can't possibly do a worse job than him. And like I said, I'm not on board with what's in style. I wouldn't be sitting up here saying fire Darvin Ham if I didn't have legitimate opinions and reasons attached to those opinions. I'm not the dude that's just going to say, yo, we've been losing, let's fire our coach. You got to give me a reason to think that it is important to remove him in order for me to come to this conclusion. I'm telling you that I have every reason. Even if nobody else was saying fire Darvin Ham, I'd have been telling you now it's time to remove the coach from his duties. Because at this point, this was a game against a bad basketball club that you shouldn't have lost. And we got production on our team from players that we don't even know what they can do. Winsler, Max Lewis, and Skylar Mays. I legitimately don't know if these guys can play or not. I legitimately don't know. They've been on my team. Mays and Winsler been on my team for a month. Max Lewis is a player we traded up to get in the second round. I don't know what he can do, Laker fans. For all I know, Max Lewis is the answer to my problems at small forward. For all I know, he would average 12 points in this starting lineup. For all I know, he could be a Rookie of the Year candidate. I have no idea what he can do. And so this is why I'm like, yo, I didn't want to watch this tonight, man. I didn't want to watch this tonight, not for stupid reasons, but for intelligent ones, because I have legitimate questions about certain players on my roster. I don't even know what they can do. I have absolute certainty about other guys on my roster, and I know I'm going to see them. I know I'm going to see Taurean Prince. And I know he's going to be as good as his three-point shot allows him to be. Maybe he'll get a block shot. I'll be like, ooh, nice block shot. Maybe he gets a steal. Ooh, that's a nice steal. Look at his rebound and total. He has like 3 boards. Like, I don't care to watch this vet anymore in my starting lineup when Vanderbilt is flying all over the floor, helping my lineup with D'Lo and Austin each and every time he comes in with those two attached to him. He's always making them look so much better. They should never be on the floor without him. Not together. And you know what my coach does? He puts Taurean in the starting lineup with them. Now, mind you, you got Bron and AD in the lineup most of the time. Of course, AD didn't play tonight. But this is who he wants to start next to Bron and AD. Two guys who never should be on the floor together without another guy. And this is his idea of what should be done. Rui Hachimura averaging like 18 minutes a game. We signed Rui Hachimura to a 4-year deal. How is he only getting 18 minutes a game, fam? Even on a good night? But Taurean was on the floor for 30 minutes some nights, 28 minutes another night. Whether he's playing well or not, the man's in the lineup. This is why I'm like, we can make trades, but I feel like a guy like DeJounte Murray should probably want to stay in Atlanta. Because at least with Quinn Snyder, he has a coach that's going to make him look good, that's going to keep him next to people that he can play well with, and you saw that tonight. They look good out there. They're not a good team, but they look good out there together. DeJounte Murray's going to be in this lineup, and Darvin Ham's going to have him out there with nonsense. And Bron and AD. If I knew DeJounte, I'd be like, bro, this Laker thing ain't what you think it is. It ain't. It may be when they fire that damn coach, but as long as he's there, it's not. It ain't, bro. This ain't nowhere they want to be. And I'm just being honest. If I'm D'Lo, I'm like, trade me for sure. People want to be a Laker for the show. People want to be a Laker because we're a great fan base. People want to be a Laker because of the history. People want to be a Laker because of Bron and AD. But the other reasons are reasons that you probably want to stay away from this place. Everything else, it ain't worth playing. You ain't going to be happy here, man. And I'm saying that to anybody and everybody. And it don't make me feel happy to say that to you. But it's the truth, man. It ain't what it's cracked out to be. You're going to get the blame for stuff when it don't go right. Front office ain't going to do things to stop the bleeding. And he's going to let the coach, whoever the coach is at that given moment, because this ain't the first time we've had this happen with a different coach. They're going to let them run amok. And you're going to get the blame for why it doesn't work. It's your fault. D'Lo, it's your fault. Austin, it's your fault. Y'all ain't playing great. But you got me down here with somebody I can't run with. Y'all resting the starters on nights and not resting them on other nights when it makes no sense in whatever rhyme or reason. You got people making fun of your last name. I mean, the Russell Westbrook thing showed it all right there. First of all, he should have never been brought to them on no $47 million contract. He should have never been brought to them on a $47 million contract. Then when he gets here on a $47 million contract, they got him running in small ball lineups with 3 guard lineups. Nobody taller than 6'4". None of which are known for shooting. And Bron and AD. Of course, he gonna get the blame, but the blame was in the fact that he had Darvin Ham as a coach, having him running around in small lineups, and the fact that he was brought to them on a $47 million contract, eating up all their damn cap. He didn't ask for that. It's not like he signed that contract with you under those circumstances. He signed that with Washington when the lineup made sense for him to eat $47 million worth because they had Bradley Beal next to him and a bunch of other stuff that they drugged to the playoffs. Was he the reason things were going wrong? Yes. Was it his fault? Of course not, because he didn't put it together. And he wasn't running those players in that rotation. Neither would anybody else in their right damn mind. A year later, we still got the same coach with an entirely different roster using it just as poorly. We ain't even got the same dynamic. He don't even have 3 short people to run out there. And he's still finding ways to do stuff that just absolutely ruins what you have. Like, bro, you don't have 3 short people, so now you want to run a scrub in the starting lineup? That's the plan? Like, look, if I can't ruin it this way, let me ruin it that way. That's what it come off to me. Sorry, Taurean, I hate that you had to hit it straight like that, but damn it, I'm a scrub too. I can't play. But the good thing is, I'm not down there ruining our damn basketball team. And so that's what it really come down to, man. Torian in the starting lineup and Darvin Ham's propensity to put him there is ruining our damn basketball team. And it ain't just that. It's everything surrounding that not necessarily falling into place as well. The people you want to sit are people who are just simply more capable than the people you want to play. Maybe. Depending on who they are, depending on how much you've seen them, because we don't know. So when I tell you that I looked up at 4:30 and decided I'm probably not going to pay as much attention to this game, it's because all these thoughts were already in my head as soon as I seen what he was going to do with that starting lineup. Jackson Hayes and Taurean Prince, two of our worst basketball players, tossing the starting lineup with LeBron James. This man should not have the privilege of coaching LeBron James. Because when he has a roster with 16 damn people on it, this is what he chooses to do when AD's not out there. You got Rui Hachimura, you got Jared Vanderbilt, you got Max Christie, you got Christian Wood, and you're going to go with Jackson Hayes and Taurean Prince. I'm sorry, man. This thing is barely worth watching until Jeannie changes her mind and gives the keys over to Phil Handy or somebody else interim, man. It's the only way it's going to work. As long as that dude's running the show, this is how it's going to be. And I don't care how many in-season tournaments we win, because at the end of the day, Bron and AD and those guys are going to show up for in-season tournaments. They're going to show up for their own legacy. They're going to outplay the expectations that the coach choices provides, because they have a vested interest in not losing those games. So they're going to play their best. They're going to do their homework. They're going to probably do his job in figuring out what needs to be done so that they can have cohesive play. And the players are going to follow inspired superstars, because that is the DNA of the young players we have. But when they're not inspired, our players, they're only going to follow the leader, man. And that's what I've come to understand about the DNA of this team. So until you can get those leaders inspired, and I know exactly what it's going to take, it's the removal of Darvin. You get them dudes out of here. You get that dude out of here specifically, and you're going to see those superstars get reinvigorated and re-energized about playing basketball, because as long as these are the choices going on around them, they ain't going to want to play for him. Bron already told us in so many ways he wants this man fired. AD don't have to say nothing. Them long faces after every loss tells me all I need to know. And I'm telling you, man, if those two stars leave and we're left with this weak coach, it ain't going to be too much of me following this team like that, man. I'll be talking about them, but as far as me doing color commentary for every game when the team sucks, nah. As I'll tell you right now, I didn't watch too much of the Robert Sacre year. I didn't watch too much of what's his name? Kendall Marshall. I didn't watch too much of that, man. Troy Murphy. I didn't watch much of that. There were a lot of nights where that game was on and I was watching something else. I was doing musical stuff. I got different interests, man. I don't have to watch a lackluster bad basketball team. And for the first time probably since then, I felt like that tonight. I don't have to watch that. You understand what I'm saying? Now, when we have young players, when we had Juju and B.I. and Clarkson and Nance Jr., that was a fun team. I was excited about that team. Even though they didn't have championship hopes, they didn't even have playoff hopes, but they were fun to watch young players develop. It was fun. I liked that. And we had a bunch of draft pick guys in place, young team. I hated the coach at the time. Luke Walton was awful. He put the worst rotations on the floor possible. But I felt like that team was fun to watch for the most part. When Luke would get out the way, they were good. But this is not that. Unfortunately, this is not that, man. This is not that. So I'm telling y'all, man. I am telling you the truth. I am a Laker fan of 30 years, man, but I ain't been this disinterested in watching a Laker game in a very long time, man. I just didn't want to see it. And I had it right. If I'm going to give the game ball to anybody, man, who knows? Well, I ain't watch. Well, I know. Give it to Trae Young. I don't know. Give it to DeJounte. No. Give it to them 20 dudes in the stands that was screaming, "We don't want you to D-Lo." I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Who cares? At the end of the day, Genie's going to have to make me care about this. Because who does right now? This ain't worth watching. So I hope the Lakers can find a way to make a trade. Maybe DeJounte's the answer. I'm telling you, even if he was a Laker tonight, if this is what we were running with, I probably wouldn't want to watch no more, no less, just to be honest with y'all. He ain't going to make me want to watch this no more, no less. Not the crap that I saw tonight. You have got to get this coach up out of here if he's truly to blame. If he is the reason why what I'm seeing is what I'm seeing, he needs to be the one to be moved. And just get Phil Handy back in there. Let's see what Phil can do. Like I said, I'm not big on Phil Handy as a head coach. I've seen him take over games once or twice. I wasn't excited about what I saw. So I'm not saying he's any answer by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not about the insertion of anything. It's just about the removal of Darvin. That is really, really important now. That's really important now. Because I know he done lost the locker room, but he's also losing fans. Sit up here and push all my worst stuff to the front. Got me watching Taurean Prince run around for 30 damn minutes. Give me 2 damn boards. Nah, man. He got to go. Enough of this. I wasn't this mad at him last year when we were running little 3-guard lineups. I wasn't upset as I am right now because at the very least, we were finding ways of making games exciting. Russell Westbrook, for all that was wrong with him, you weren't bored. This is boring. Let's make that very clear. So that's all I got to say about that, man. That is literally all I got to say about that. We need an infusion of excitement, and we need removal of mindless coaching. BDF 44, I thank y'all for watching. I'm out.